friend always, whether he's on a film set or on vacation in Jamaica at a resort, he's always looking for buffets to take pictures of for us. And this was in Jamaica on a resort. And this is the raw bar. I guess you take the raw chicken or the raw pork or the squid and you give
Yeah.
it to them, and they do live cooking there.
Why do you have to give it to them? I've never. What? Can't you just? I don't understand. Give it to them. So you scoop it, and where are they? Like, how far away are they? I mean,
I don't understand your question.
give it to who? Give it to them.
You put all this stuff on your plate and then you give it to them and then they cook it.
Stupid.
Why?
I don't, because I could get rid of the give it to them part. I don't need that part.
Yeah, but you want to scoop as much as you want, right? And then you give it to them. Give it to them.
Gosh.
You don't
Okay.
want the whole point of a buffet is not for them to choose how much you get. That only happens at the carvery.
Carvery. Long lost tradition of the carvery. They never give you enough meat. You know, they always say, "How's that?" And you're like, "No, that's not what I want. You cut me that little skinny ass piece. You want the thick cut. Don't give me this little shriveled thin piece." That's at the carvery.
You
So
know,
this, you could literally take as much as you want. You could wipe it out and carry that up to them. Just dump it all on a tray. You go, here, cook this for the next 45 minutes, right? Everyone else is panicked.
you seem to have some pent-up carvery anger.
Well, I just thought about it when you mentioned it because I remember as a kid, really looking forward to the protein part of the meal
Yeah.
because I didn't have a lot of steak and stuff like that. And then they
Oh.
cut it real thin. And, in the restaurant, even if the meal's not good, like they ask you, how's your meal? And if it's terrible, you never tell them it's terrible. And just like the carvery, they cut it, it's too thin. You can't say anything. You got people watching.
I challenge you to go to a restaurant where they serve a terrible meal and
Yeah.
tell them that it's terrible.
I don't ever, do you do that often? When they ask you if they say how is everything and it's not that great, do you ever say,
Sometimes I do, but I always make sure that I say it in a way that where I'm not getting angry at the server because the server didn't make it. In fact, I don't get angry at all. I just tell them the truth. This isn't really that good, or this is really salty, or this isn't hot enough. Could you do something
yeah.
about it? But I'll never understand people who get angry about a mistake because they're not going to want to correct it for you if you just bring anger to them. Anger doesn't solve anything.
I would agree, but I still have that. I still feel like if I came to your house up in Canada and you said, "Hey, we're gonna have dinner. I'm gonna make something," and you made it and it wasn't good, I would never tell you, "Oh, that was terrible." I
Yeah,
would never
you,
say it's not good.
yeah, you would.
Well, maybe you, but most people I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say that. And I feel like at a restaurant they work even harder than the home cook.
Yeah, but they don't want to be putting out meal after meal after meal that's terrible and have everybody say, "Oh, this is great. This is great. This is great." They
Well,
don't want that.
I don't know what they want, but I'm not going to be the guy.
You could be the guy that presents the fact that there's a problem, but you do it in a really nice way, and they'd probably really appreciate you telling them because you
Yeah.
told them in a nice way.
Yeah, no, I agree. You can always be nice about it, but
You should try that. The next time you're not satisfied, just in the most friendly way, present it to them. Just tell them.
what if you're not that friendly? I mean,
Don't. Don't bother. If you can't be friendly about a
yeah.
problem, then you should keep it to yourself. Nobody deserves to be subjected to abuse or anger or anything like that. It's just food.
What's this show about?
Morals.
Feelings.
Yes. My
Great.
my favorite.
Great. So glad we talked about feelings.
Yeah. And we talked about feelings while you sat in front of a picture of raw meat.
Yeah. Look at the different positions of the spoons.
You started talking about your carvery trauma. Can we dive into that a little bit more? You said you didn't have a lot of meat as a kid. Were you poor as a kid?
Yeah, I didn't have any meat. I didn't have any good meat.
But then every once in a while, your parents would take you to a buffet,
Yeah.
and then you'd get the meat, and you'd want so much meat because you were so deprived. And then they'd
Yeah.
slice you a really thin slice.
Yeah,
And
like that. Yeah.
to this day, you're upset about that.
Well, I just realized it when you mentioned the carvery, it came back to me. I could see
Yeah.
myself as a a young boy standing there waiting for the meat and they give the little thin piece.
Well, here's what I suggest you do. I suggest you I suggest you go to a buffet that has a
Yeah.
carvery.
Yeah.
You grab your plate with nothing else on it, okay?
Yeah.
Don't put anything else on your plate before you approach the carvery.
Yeah. What about two
Step
plates? What if I took
No, just
two
one.
plates?
Just one.
Okay. All right.
Step up to the carvery with your plate and say, "I would like some roast beef, please." And they'll
Okay.
cut you roast beef. They'll give you a slice, and then you say, "Could I please have another slice?" And then
Hmm.
maybe they'll slice another slice, and you keep asking for slices until they say, "What you have there is good. You can come back." And then you can say in a very angry voice, you can say, "I have nothing else on my plate. My plate, I brought you an empty plate. I
Yeah.
want more meat." Do that. Do that like in an angry voice, cause a scene, and then see what happens.
I mean, sounds fun, but I haven't seen a carvery in a long time. Have you?
Yeah, there's
No,
carveries.
I haven't seen one in a long time.
Do you think it's weird that I told you to do exactly the opposite of what I told you not to do earlier?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
fun.
it's weird.
It is.
This is a weird show.
It's a good one. It's a good one. That spoon, by the way, is laying in the chicken.
I think that after you
Notice that? You
I
notice that?
no, no. I think that after you
Right
yell,
here
I think that after you yell at the carvery person,
in the chicken.
you'll feel a lot better. It just needs to happen once, and it's unfortunate that the person is going to be subjected to that, but I think you just need to get it out of your system.
I'm gonna have them carve different thicknesses of meat. Like
Yeah.
you know when they go to the deli and they're like, how thick do you want that? And you're like, oh, about like that. And then they cut it, and then you like, can I have another piece, but like that? And then like back to that, and just different variations of cuts.
This was a stupid episode.
It's over. We're not doing any more. I'm too
Okay.
tired.
All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye. Thanks. Make sure you
Subscribe and save.
subscribe. Yeah. Okay. Bye.